The sign broke. To sign broke, simply take your dominant hand. I extend out my fingers. Now I flex them. With this side of the hand, which is the pinky, I bring it right there towards the neck. And from here, I will strike the neck, just like this. See if I can show you from the side. Front again. That is how I sign broke. The sign confidence. To sign confidence, simply take both hands, extend them out in front of the body, and what I do is my non-dominant hand is closer than my dominant hand. They will slightly touch, and from here, I will bring them in a downward motion, but as they go down, I begin to form fists or the letter S, just like this. From the side. Front again. That is how I sign confidence. The sign dark. To sign dark, simply take both hands, bring them out in front of the body with the palm facing the signer. And from here, the hands both will cross and go right in front of the face. Just like this. Now, I make sure, this is how I do it, that when I cross, my dominant hand is further away from the body and my non-dominant hand is closer. That is how you sign dark. The sign famous. To sign famous, simply take both hands, extend out the index fingers, bring them to the sides of the mouth just like this, and from here, as I go away from the mouth, I do circular motions like this. Now, at the same time you're doing the circular motions, use your mouth to do the mouth morpheme, fa, fa, fa. That is how I sign famous. The sign impress. To sign impress, simply take your non-dominant hand, extend it out in front of the body with the palm facing the side. With your dominant hand, form the letter A. Now take the thumb of the letter A and put it right in the center of the non-dominant hand. And from here, I will go forward. And as I go forward, I slightly twist forward with the A of the dominant hand, just like this. Now, impress can be a directional verb. So let's just say, I impressed you. What I would do is I would actually do the sign impress, but I would do it towards the individual that I impress. Now, if you impress me, I actually bring it towards myself, just like this. Impress you, impress me. From the front, impress you or impress me. That is how I sign impress. The sign license. To sign license, simply take both hands, form the letter L, and from here, tap the thumbs twice, just like that. That is how I sign license. The sign obvious or clear. To sign obvious or clear, simply take both hands, just like this, bring the fingers together. Now the hands will touch, and from here, with one motion, they will go away from each other and extend out the fingers, just like this. Now, since you're saying something's obvious, clear, make sure that your face matches the sign. Like, oh yeah, I get it. It's obvious now, or it's clear, I get it. That is how I sign obvious or clear. The sign punish. To sign punish, simply take your non-dominant hand, extend it out in front of the body. Now with your dominant hand, extend out the index finger and brace or tap against the elbow of the non-dominant hand, just like this. One more time. That is how you sign punish. The sign rubber. To sign rubber, simply take your dominant hand, form the letter X. Now, if you did not know this was the letter X, I made a video on the alphabet, so why don't you take a look at that video. Now, with this letter, what I do is I brace up against the face twice, following the outline of the jaw. From the side, and from the front again. That is how I sign rubber. The sign retire. To sign retire, simply take both hands, and what I do is I first form the letter R, and then from here my thumbs will touch against the side of the chest, just like this. Now you also see some people just actually extend out the index finger or form L's and do the same motion. I prefer R's. That is how you sign retire. The sign broke in an ASL sentence. Now, broke is a verb, so here's a simple sentence. I'm broke because I got fired from my job. So let me start with this. I broke why? So I'm throwing in a rhetorical. My job fired I. So let me do this again. I broke why? There's a rhetorical. My job fired I. So let me do it without the voice. In other words, I'm broke because my job fired me. The sign confident in an ASL sentence. Now, confidence can be used as a noun or even an adjective. Here's a simple sentence. I feel confident because I have a lot of knowledge. Now, let's use a rhetorical in that. So I would start off with, I confident feel why. There's a rhetorical. Knowledge lots have I. Let me do that again. I confident feel why. Knowledge lots have I. Let me do it without the voice. In other words, I have confidence because I have a lot of knowledge, or I feel confident because I have a lot of knowledge. The sign dark in an ASL sentence. Here's a very simple sentence. It's dark outside. Now, even though there's a lot of ways of signing this, let me just show you a really simple way of doing it. First, outside, and I would point or set it up right there. And then I would just say dark, and I would point right back to where I set it up. So let me show you it again. Outside there, dark there. Without the voice now. In other words, it's dark outside. The sign famous in an ASL sentence. Now, famous could be used in a plethora of ways, but usually as an adjective. So here's a simple sentence. The man is famous. So let's start this off with saying, man there, set him up. And then I would say, famous, and then point right back to where I said the man was. Let me show you that again. Man there, famous he. Now, without the voice. In other words, the man is famous. The sign impress in an ASL sentence. Now, impress can be used as a directional verb. In other words, if you're impressing me, I could go just like bringing it towards me, or if I impressed you, right there, going towards you. So here's a simple sentence. The actor impressed me. First, I would sign actor, and then point to where he is. I'm going to set him up right there. Now with my directional verb, since he impressed me, I'm going to point towards him and then come back towards me. Just like this. So let me show you that again. In other words, the actor impressed me. The sign license in an ASL sentence. Here's a simple sentence. I have a driver's license. Now, there's a ton of ways of signing this. I can just say, driver's license, I have I. Now, another way you could say, I, driver's license, have I. Now, I prefer driver's license, I have I. In other words, I have a driver's license. The sign obvious or clear. Now, here's a very simple sentence. The story is now clear, or now the story is clear. Now, I like to start off with the time indicator, which is now. Try to get that out of the way. Then I can say story clear. Or I could say story now clear. There's a whole bunch of ways of saying it. In other words, the story is clear or the story is now clear. The sign punish in an ASL sentence. Okay, now we're going to use punish as a verb. So here's a simple sentence. He is punished for his bad behavior. So first, I would start off with he, which is man there. That's where I'm setting him up. Then I would say punish. Now let's throw in a rhetorical why. Then I would go his behavior bad he. Now I could also go he behavior bad he. Either way is fine. So let me show you that again. He, which is man there, punished. Why? His behavior bad he. In other words, he's punished because of his bad behavior. The sign rubber in an ASL sentence. Now here's a very simple sentence. Car tires are rubber. Now first let's start with car and then tires. Then I'm going to point right over here. That's where I'm setting them up. Then I would say rubber and then point right back to where the tires are. So let me show you that again. In other words, car tires are rubber. The sign retired in an ASL sentence. Here's a simple sentence. Now she is retired. So I like to start off with the time indicator now. Then I would say she, which is woman, there. Then I would say retired and point right back to where she is. Let me show you that again. Now, that's the time indicator. She, woman there, retired, and I point right back to her. So let me show you without the voice. In other words, the woman is now retired, or now she is retired. Now with these videos, I have shown you 10 ASL signs and 10 ASL sentences with these signs. If you learned anything from this video, please do me the honor of hitting the like button. Next, hit the subscribe button. And last but not least, hit the notification button and stay tuned for my next ASL video.